Today, we are demystifying your dollars. We're going to translate the language of money, a language that, let's be honest, can feel pretty intimidating. But by the end of this, you are going to have a solid foundation to build up your financial confidence. Does hearing words like salaries, mortgages, and budgets ever make your head spin? If it does, trust me, you are not alone. It's so easy to feel like you're on the outside looking in. But here's the good news. All these complex-sounding terms are really built on super simple ideas. And that's what we're going to do right now. Break them all down one by one. All right, let's start at the very beginning. The absolute basics. Before we can even think about managing money, we got to understand, well, what even is it? First up, currency. The best way to think about it is like a language. You know how different countries speak different languages? Well, they also use different currencies. So if you're traveling from the United States to Japan, you can't use your dollars, right? You've got to exchange them for yen to buy anything. It's the local language of finance.
And within every currency, you've got cash. This is the money you can actually touch and feel, the coins and the bills in your wallet. And there's a reason it sometimes feels harder to spend cash than just tap a card, because actually handing over physical money feels way more real, doesn't it?
And on the other side of that coin, you've got bank deposits. This is the money you don't see. It's just numbers on a screen. Well, it might not feel as tangible as a handful of cash. It's the exact same value, just stored digitally to keep it safe and convenient. And for most of us, this is where the majority of our money actually lives. Okay, so now we know what money is. Let's get to the fun part, how we get it. This section is all about the money flowing into your life. The big umbrella term for all the money you receive is income. This covers everything. It's your paycheck from your job, of course, but it's also any money you make from a side hustle, maybe some rent you collect, even that cash your aunt gave you for your birthday. If money's coming in, it's income. Simple as that. Now, let's break down the two most common types of income. A salary is a fixed amount you get paid over a whole year, usually split into monthly paychecks. Think of a typical office job. Wages, on the other hand, are totally different. They're based on the hours you actually work, so you're paid for your time, and you usually get that money more often, maybe every week. But your income isn't always just a predictable paycheck. You might pull in some overtime pay for working extra hours. If you're in a sales job, you can earn a commission on top of your base pay. And if you and your company have a great year, you might get a nice bonus. These are all ways your income can grow based on your performance. Earning money is the fun part, right? But as we all know, money has a way of flowing out just as quickly as it flows in. So let's take an honest look at where all that hard-earned cash goes. So if income is the river of money flowing into your life, then outgoings are all the little streams flowing out. It's the catch-all term for everything you spend money on, from your morning coffee to your monthly rent. Let's break down those outgoings. First, you have your living expenses. This is the day-to-day stuff you need, like food, clothes, and getting around. Then you've got your bills, those regular payments for essentials like electricity, water, and your phone that keep your life running. And now for the big one, housing. For most of us, this is our single biggest expense, hands down. If you're renting, you're paying for the use of a property. If you're a homeowner, you're paying off a mortgage, which is really just the big loan you took out to buy your home in the first place. Okay, we've looked at money in and we've looked at money out. But how do you actually get ahead? How do you take control and plan your financial future? Well, that's what this final section is all about. You see, a solid financial plan isn't just about day-to-day spending. It's about building a secure future. That means planning for things like taxes, which fund all the services we rely on, and health insurance, which protects you from huge medical bills. It also means planning for retirement with a pension and having a safety net like Social Security for tough times. These are the real building blocks of financial security. So you've got income, outgoings, big payments, all these essential obligations. Wow, it can feel like a juggling act, can't it? So how do you keep all those balls in the air? The answer is surprisingly simple. It all comes down to one incredibly powerful tool. And here it is, the budget. Now I know, that word can sound a little formal, but all it really is a plan. A budget is simply you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it all went. It is the blueprint for your financial life. A budget puts everything we've just learned into action. First, you know your income. Second, you track your outgoings. Third, you plan for those big obligations. And finally, you build your future. It's a simple process that gives you complete control over your money. It puts you in the driver's seat. So there you have it, currency, income,
outgoings, and the all-powerful budget. These are the basic building blocks, the vocabulary of personal finance. Not so scary, right? Now that you know the language, the only question is, what kind of story are you going to tell with your money?